The Other Me is a pretty enjoyable film. This is a Disney film from 2000. It's directed by Manny Coto, written by Jeff Schechter, with a cast including Andrew Lawrence, Mark L. Taylor, Laurie Hallier, Alison Pill, and various others. And the narrative is what drew me in. I would have watched it anyway because I'm watching every Disney feature film, but this one did sound like something that really appealed to me. Will needs to get better grades at school, so he tries an experiment that will help. This involves cloning himself. But can this clone help him get good grades? Or is he destined to go to summer camp to get his grades up instead? Of course I'm not going to say it, but I found that it worked really, really well. And obviously the threat of summer camp, which is going to be a really strict environment, is going to, kick him up the butt a bit. He doesn't want to do that. So the stakes are high, and I really enjoyed the process of finding out what would happen with this clone. The clone happens pretty early on. The pacing is not too bad at all. The main narrative is established very quickly. We get to see it played out in a way that I think was quite fun, maybe not completely predictable. Yeah, sure, maybe predictable in a few ways, but there were certainly things that happened that I didn't see coming, and I think everything flows well, the pacing's great, the story is very, very well handled. Will is also a very likeable character from the beginning, and it was clear that he wanted to turn things around because he really didn't want to go to this camp, and I hoped he succeeded. I wanted the best for him. Yes, of course, he is a character who maybe hasn't been trying the hardest at school, but I still cared for him immediately, and that really helped make the story easier to invest in emotionally. Not that it's the most heavily emotional film, but I cared a lot. I wanted the best for the characters, and that made it a lot more enjoyable. Visually, it's a decent film, good camera work, decent enough lighting, great performances, great use of sound. It's a really fun film. It does feel, in a way, it feels like a kind of 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s film, but at the same time, it also feels a little timeless. It doesn't feel that dated, so I think it can present that nostalgia of the late 90s, early 90s. I'm assuming it was produced late 90s to be released in 2000. According to Wikipedia, the film premiered in September, so it might have been very early 2000s, but either way, if you're looking for that nostalgic time period, it will absolutely deliver, but I also don't think it feels that dated either. So, all things considered, The Other Me is a solid film with a great premise, very well executed, likeable, well-written characters, great performances, visually satisfying. It's a decent film, and I'm certainly happy to recommend The Other Me.